Hello everyone, I am Jagriti Basera, Faculty of Department of BJMC from Tecnia Institute of Advanced Studies. Today I will deliver my lecture on Introduction of Environmental Communication, its scopes and importance. Environmental studies describe the interrelationship among organism and environmental or all the factors which influence life on Earth, including atmospheric condition, food chain, water cycle, etc. It is the basic science about our Earth and its daily activities, and therefore this science is important for all and one. Scope of environmental studies. First, the study creates awareness among the people to know about various renewable and non-renewable resources of the region. Second, it provides the knowledge about ecological system and causes and effects relationship. It provides necessary information about biodiversity, richness and the potential dangers to plant, animal, microorganism in the environment. Fourth, to study the enable one to understand the cause and consequences due to the natural and the man-induced disaster like flood, earthquake, landslide, cyclone, etc. and pollutions and measure to minimize the effects. Fifth, it enables one to evaluate alternative response to environmental issues before deciding an alternative course of action. Sixth, the study enables environmentally illiterate citizens to make appropriate judgments and decisions for the protection and improvement of the Earth. Seventh, the study exposes the problems of overpopulation, health, hygiene, etc. and the role of art and science technology in eliminating and minimizing the evils from the society. Eighth, the study tries to identify and develop appropriate technology to various environmental issues. Ninth, the study enables theoretical knowledge into practice and the multiple uses of environment. Now, I will tell you about the importance of environmental communication. First, world population is increasing at an alarming rate, especially in developing countries. Second, the natural resources endowment in the earth is limited. Third, the method and techniques of exploiting natural resources are advanced. The resources are overexploited and there is no oversight of leaving the resources to the future generation. Next, the unplanned exploitation of natural resources lead to pollution of all the types and all the levels. The pollution and degraded environment series affect the health of all living things on earth, including man. The people should take a combined responsibility for the environment and begin to take appropriate actions to space the earth. Education and training are needed to save the biodiversity and species extensions. The urban area compiled with industries is major source of pollution. The number and the area extended under protected. Area should be increased so that the wildlife is protected at least in these sites. The study enables the people to understand the complexities of the environment and need for the people to adapt appropriate activities and pursue sustainable development which are harmonious with the environment. To study motivates students to get involved in community actions and to participate in various environmental and management projects. It is the high time to reorientate education system and to maximize the curricula towards these needs. Environmental studies take a multidisciplines approach to the study of human interactions with the natural environment. It integrates different approaches of the humanities, social science, biological science and physical science, and these applies approaches to the investigate environmental concerns. Environmental study is a key instrument for bringing about the changes in the knowledge, values, behaviors and the lifestyles required to achieve sustainability and stable within among countries. Now I will tell you about the natural resources. Renewable and non-renewable resources, water and land. Natural resources. Resources is anything needed by the organism or a group of organisms, the sum of all physical, chemical, biological and social factors which compose the surrounding of man is referred as environment and each element of these surroundings constitutes a resources on which man draws in order to develop a better life. Resources which are not reproducible and are obtained from the finite non-living reserves are called non-renewable resources like coal, metals, any material which can be transformed in a way that is become more valuable and useful can be termed as the resources. Thus, only part of our natural environment such as land, water, air, minerals, forest, wildlife, fish or even human population that man can utilize to promote its welfare may be regarded as a natural resources. In the case of humans, our resources is any form of energy, of matter, initially for the fulfillment of physiological, psychological, socio-economical and culture needs both at the individual level and of the community. The 5 basic ecological variables are energy, matter, space, time, diversity are often called natural resources. Natural resources are like forest, wildlife, energy and the food resources. Forest. It is a natural ecosystem having multi-age trees and dominate community. Forest covers about 1/3 of the earth land surface, of which about 50% is occupied by the tropical forest. Thus, forests are important in 2 ways, ecological and economical important. Cause of deforestation. Deforestation is the consequences of over-exploitation of our natural ecosystem for space, energy and material. The basic reason for such extensive deforestations are: first, expansion of agriculture. Expanding agriculture is one of the most important causes of deforestation. As demands on agriculture products rise, more and more land is brought under cultivation, which forests are cleared, uneven grounds leveled, mashed, drained, and even land under water is reclaimed. Extension of cultivation on hill slopes. Outside humid tropical zone is most of the third world countries. Major forests often occur on hilltops and slopes. Though agriculture has nearly always been concentrated on plains and flows of valleys, farming on narrow flat steppe cut on after another across the slopes or terrace farming is an age-old practices. Third, firewood collection. To majority of rural population and a large number of people living in small towns and cities of developing countries, the only fuel is wood, which is burned to cook food and to provide heat in chilly winters. Firewood collection contributes much to the depletions of tree cover, especially in localities which are lightly wooded. Fourth, timber harvesting. Timber resources in an important asset for the country's benefit. Commercial woods find ready national as well as international market as a consequences of which natural forests are being exploited. Logging or felling of forest trees for obtaining timber is an important cause for deforestation in third world countries. Second, wildlife. It was one of the customary to consider all undomestic species for animal as wildlife. Birds and mammals still receive the greatest public interest. Most concern over fishes result from interest, sports and commercial value. The tendency is recent years has been included more life forms under the category of wildlife. Thus, insect and plants are all now represented as national and international list of threatened and endangered species. Basic reasons for the extinction of wildlife. First, destructions of their natural habit due to expanding agriculture, urbanization and industrialization. Second, overgrazing by domestic animals that convert the area into deserts. Third, hunting on a large scale for meat, etc. for the use of eating for the human being. Fourth, export of some species. Fifth, unbalanced sex ratio. Fifth, some species are narrowly restricted to an area. Seventh, natural processes are being caused to decline in the population. Low population may external and new population are colonized when death exceeds the birth rate. Water is very important substance in all part of environment. Water resources occupy a unique place among other natural resources. Most important distributed element in this world. It occupies about 70% of the Earth's surface. It occurs in all spheres of the environment, in the oceans, as the vast rivers of the salt water on land. As surface water is a lake, river, underground, as underground is the atmosphere as water vapor, and in the polar ice caps as solid ice. The problem would not be so acute had fresh water been evenly distributed around the globe throughout the season or from year to year. It is not so. Two-thirds of the world's population, that is around 4 million people, lives in area receiving only 1/4 of the world annual rainfall. So I hope you understand the topics: environmental communication, natural resources, which comes under the renewable and non-renewable resources, water resources and forest resources. So that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.